reviews. If you're new to my channel, this is one of my favorite videos that I do. I've been reviewing makeup for the last 7 years, pretty much the majority of the products that have launched in the mainstream market, and this is my series where I give you my final reviews on these products after testing them multiple times with multiple wears, multiple wear tests, multiple techniques. I tested these a lot, okay? I'm not one of those channels where you only hear me talk about a product once and first impressions and you never hear about it again. Every product that I try ends up in my speed reviews drawer, and it stays in that drawer until I'm ready to give you my final thoughts. So that's what we're doing today. I have 46 products that I am giving you my final thoughts on. Now, this is actually part 2. If you're interested in part 1, that's where I cover all of the complexion and base products. Part 2, we're doing eye products and a large family of lip products. These videos they involve a lot of talking, so let's go ahead and get into it. Again, if you want the base products, I will have that link down below for you in part 1. But let's get into eyes. The first product that I have is for eyebrows. This is from L'Oreal, and it's the Faux Brow Tint Pen. Now, this is supposed to last for 2 days in your eyebrows. It doesn't, honestly. To me, I feel like this lasts like a normal brow pen. It has this interesting bug antler tip here of the pen. It deposits a little too much product, and it also, I don't know if you can see, it's really wet and leaky. I don't love this. It's not the worst marker that I've used, but it's also not my favorite marker that I've used. I wouldn't recommend this. It doesn't last for 2 days if that's what you're looking for. It's a normal marker that is a little too wet. So I'm not a big fan of this. The next product that I have is from Ulta Beauty Collection, their in-house makeup brand. This is the Color Snack Eyeshadow Duo in the shade Peach Mochi. Oh, it's made in the USA. Very buttery formula. So the story behind this is a couple weeks ago I went to Ulta Beauty World and I forgot to pack an eyeshadow palette. Luckily, I was there on a work trip with Ulta Beauty, and so they actually provided this for me in my bathroom, and it was perfect because I had pulled my eyeshadow palette from my travel bag for a video and never put it back in, and so I had nothing. And how's the girl who loves eyeshadow not going to wear eyeshadow on the day that I was out and about working? So this saved the day. I was wearing this peachy duo here. I really love this crease color, and it really is super buttery. Now, the lid color was the shimmer shade, which is also quite buttery. I wish it was a bit brighter, but really nice quality, very buttery, really impressed with this. If you like this color story, I give this quality my stamp of approval. I was surprised. I was worried that it was going to feel cheap and not high quality, but it ended up working out great, and it feels really great and high quality. The next product that I have is from Urban Decay, and these took me a little bit to figure out and a lot to mess around with. These are their Glaze Liquid Eyeshadows. These have a really interesting applicator. It's a really big fat brush. I've used this a couple of times in videos, but I've been wearing these all weekend. So there's a bit of a learning curve to this. One, you have got to make sure you shake this so that you can get enough product on the brush. Thin layers is best with this. In fact, don't even layer. One simple, light, thin layer, you're going to get a good wear time with this. It's not going to crease. The second you start to build it up, I do find it gets a little chunky, clumpy, cakey, creasy. I don't like it. It does not layer well over itself. So I struggle with this. At the end of the day, I don't think it's worth it because I have a lot of liquid shadows that I would prefer over this. But these are very, very pretty, especially when you pair it with a really pretty base color. 5 viral products that are not worth it, okay? That video, I featured this in that video, but I'm not gonna lie, I used this and it looked really pretty. I used Frost Boss. It's really gorgeous on a pale lid with a little bit of brown in the crease. It's pretty. It wears best with a thin layer, but there's just a lot of better quality ones out there. So maybe if you find a shade so devastatingly beautiful, it could be worth it. But there definitely was a bit of a learning curve to learning how to best use it. What I would recommend over the Urban Decay, and it's more affordable, are the new-ish Moira Prism Pop Pigment. Now, These come in a different style of packaging. It's not quite as convenient as the Urban Decay, but these are much better quality. They feel almost like powder on the eyelids, so they don't get chunky, creasy, or crepey. Today, I'm wearing the shade Happy Hollow on my eyelid. You can apply this with a brush because it does feel like powder despite it being a liquid product. The shades on these are beautiful, last a long time, can layer well over itself, and a similar effect on the eyelids as the Urban Decay. So it really worked out that I could put both of these products in my speed reviews back to back because while I don't love this, this also just launched and this is much better. Plus, it's a bonus that it's more affordable. But also in that top 5 viral products I don't recommend video, I talked about the e.l.f. They called this the Fine as Fleck Glitter Eyeshadow. Now, I've heard great things about other shades. I did only pick up the shade Pop Off Pink, and this is a mess. It's not a mess. It's just underwhelming. First of all, I've only used it a few times. You can see it has hard pan, and even before the hard pan happened, you get nothing but a few very subtle specks of glitter. It's not good. It's really not good. It gives a whole lot of nothing. So that's bad. The last eye product that I have to share with you guys is from CoverGirl. It is their Lash Blast Super Cloud Mascara. I do not like this. My lashes look pitiful right now. It's what I'm wearing. I had a good day with this actually a couple of days ago where it just hit and brushed the lashes right, but for the most part I don't like this mascara. It's extremely underwhelming on my lashes. It also takes forever to dry. It's a heavier formula, so it weighs down my lashes and doesn't hold a curl very well. It has dried up a little bit over time that it's been sitting in my drawer, so I don't hate it quite as much as the first time I used it when it was too wet, but it doesn't do anything for me. So there's just a lot of better mascaras out there, so I don't recommend it if you have lashes similar to myself. Now we're going to move on to a very big category, as you know, and that it's been the last couple of years, lips. So we'll start off here for Essence. They have a very affordable Juicy Balm Glossy Lip Butter Balm. Interesting packaging. It just looks like a lip balm of my childhood, right? But it's actually quite a nice product. Now there's a bunch of different fruity kind of themed shades. I only kept 2. They sent a lot of them over, but I have this, I'm looking for the name, I don't see it. Oh, Kiwi to My Heart. This one is completely sheer. Smells really fruity. It does add a nice gloss to the lips and is hydrating. And then one in a melon, actually surprisingly quite pigmented. I like these. I think these are nice. These are a bit thicker than the glossy balm style products in the stick form that a lot of... That made no sense. But this is like harder than some of the glossy balm similar style products are in packaging like this. Surprisingly good, very affordable. It's thick, it lasts a long time for it being a glowy product. It's hydrating, and this one in a melon shade, surprisingly pigmented. So I've actually enjoyed those quite a lot. I've been messing with 2 new lip liners. Formulas, launches, whatever. So first, this one is more unique. This is from Merit. It's their sheer lip liners, and they are just that. They're sheer. They don't last the longest, so if that doesn't sound like your jam, move on to the next launch. These I liked better than the Road because I do think they did deposit a little bit more and they lasted a little bit longer than the Road. I think these are pretty all over the lips. That's almost like a lipstick. The shade range here is really beautiful, very, very wearable. Won't be everybody's cup of tea, but if you don't love a really harsh lip liner, definitely recommend looking into these. It's like the typical Merit style where it's very sheer, so it's not going to be for everybody, but it is high quality. So that's what I have to say about those lip liners. Also had a new launch. I think this is from the fall. It's been in my speed review store for a little bit. But I have a couple of Persona liners that I've been wearing for a bit. Marrakesh is the lighter one. Pumpkin is the deeper one. Really beautiful warm tone shades that are going to be beautiful for summer leading into the fall time. I really like this formula. Really creamy, much more pigmented than the Merit. Lasts a long time, sets down. Great formula. Really beautiful colors if you love warm tones. Now, Charlotte Tilbury, one of her launches, I just got the new lip collection in the mail of the lip liner duos, but this is from this collection, you know, the Sailor Moon collection, if you will, with the cute little hearts on top of the lipsticks. So I bought 2 of them, and then I got the other 2 sent in PR. I thought I was gonna love Kiss Talk. I needed to have this. It's my favorite formula. I actually didn't end up liking that color so much. My favorite shade that I've been wearing is Naughty Talk. And it's super wearable, kind of like a nudie mauve kind of shade. My situation with Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, you know, they're my all-time favorite formula. A lot of times when she expands her lipstick range, like, I'm there knocking at the door trying to pick it up. And I thought these shades were really pretty. We have some deeper tones. There were 2 mattes that were launched, and then 2 of the Kissing formula, which is her like shiny, hydrating formula. The shade Dream Talk is also really pretty. We got like a deep berry shade in here as well. Love the formula. Already knew that. I just wanted to update you on my favorite shades from that. Now, obviously, the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks are money, money. This is not new, but it took me a while to try these. CoverGirl low-key has one of my new favorite lipstick formulas from the drugstore. I have the full range, which, baby, it is a range. Phenomenal range of colors here. This is such a creamy lipstick formulation. It looks like they took the leftovers from the very first KKW Beauty launch with the clear acrylic packaging, but I like it because you can see the colors. These are so creamy, full of pigment, but also buildable and can be sheared out. Lasts a long time. I really love this. I love the full range. Throughout these lip swatches, I've told you guys when I was doing my demos the shades so that I could be more of help. I need to start doing this more when I do my big speed reviews. So here's a look at some of my favorite colors. So for the longest, Flower Beauty had my favorite lipsticks at the drugstore. I think it's CoverGirl now. If you're looking for something really high quality, pretty much no difference from what you're gonna pick up at Sephora, look into the CoverGirl lipstick range. It's phenomenal. Let's move. Who messaged me? Let's move into glosses, oils. All of them have become a hybrid formulation just to get those buzzwords in there. Oil, serum, balm, they all have them. Plumping. So we actually have a true gloss here. Very big launch from Makeup Forever. A full range of the Super Boost Moisturizing Plumping Effect lip glosses. I'm going to go ahead and show you the swatches. Moral of the story, lots of shades. What I think is really nice about this range is the shades do look different from one another on the lips, though I have to admit I'm not the biggest fan of this gloss. Now, it's a nice, long-lasting gloss. I've got to hand it to them, but I really don't care for this lip gloss formulation. It's a little sticky, which honestly makes it last longer than a lot of other lip products that are being launched right now, but it tastes kind of weird, and it smells kind of bad, like grandma. I'm just not into the smell and taste and slight mintiness of it. Something about it just is off to me. So I haven't really wanted to reach for these, which is unfortunate because for a gloss, these have phenomenal wear time. And like I said, the range is great, but the taste, the smell, the sensation, I don't like it. So I haven't really wanted to reach for those other than when I wanted specific lip combos because they do have iconic shades like Anywhere Caffeine, Limitless Brown that make for doing awesome Makeup Forever lip combinations when using their lip liners as well. But if it wasn't iconic Makeup Forever colors, I wouldn't be excited about this range at all. Next, we had a cute strawberry collection launched from Lawless in my all-time favorite lip gloss formulation. Forget the filler, lip plumping, line smoothing glosses with the cutest strawberry colors, names, and oh my gosh, my favorite part about these, they smell like strawberries. Now, the shade Strawberry Milkshake is unflattering. I don't like this one on me. They really went there with the theme, but it's too white. The other two, very, very pretty. It's my favorite formula. The lighter shades I do notice from this Lawless formula are never really my favorite because they do have a lot of pigment in them, which is a great thing. But then when it comes to these super bright shades, it's not as flattering. But love this formula. Love how they went there with the fragrance in there as a girl who loves fragrance in her cosmetics. Love that launch. Also, Laneige expanded their lip serum lines. So these are the Glaze Craze Tinted Lip Serums in Blueberry Jelly and Strawberry Sprinkles. I don't like the packaging on these, like everybody else does. So take my review with a grain of salt. It has that squishy donut. I find the product hard to control because this is a serum. It's thinner. It's a little bit more watery than a gloss would be. minimal complaints. It's not that big of a deal. But if I'm being specific, I lose a little bit of control with this. That being said, love these new shades. They have great pigment to them. It is more of a serum-y formula if you're comparing it to their balm, so it's a little bit more liquidy, but a little more glassy looking on the lips as well. These are great. Great formula. Don't love the packaging as much, but love these two shades that launched. I love the colors and I love the pigment on them. Merit also launched some new lip oil shades. We have Pontel, which is light. We have Twin Set, which is in the middle, Tabby, which is brown and a little deeper, and true to the Merit line, these are pretty sheer, so do keep that in mind. But these are a little extra sheer because they are meant to be worn and were launched in the same collection as the lip liners. So I will say you don't need all of these, but if you're familiar with Merit, they have a lovely, glossy, juicy lip oil formulation that's very hydrating. So love the formula. These are extra sheer, so it's not necessary to have multiple shades. Summer Fridays also did an expansion on their Dream Lip Oils, which if you are familiar with my channel, I'm not the biggest fan of these. They're so thin, they just wash away so quickly. But I must admit, I do love the shades that they launched. They launched some more neutral tones. We have Bare Sand, Rosebud, Warm Beige, which is stunning, and Midnight Berry. Love these colors, especially that Midnight Berry. It does give a lot of pigment, so it's a shame. Don't love the formula, but I do love these colors, so I've been using them. And don't get me wrong, it's not an offensive formula. I don't mind using them, but if we're talking lip oil formulations, I don't favor Summer Fridays. But one formula that I do favor are the Gisou. These are like liquid glass on the lips. There's something special about the way that these shine. So they launched 3 new shades: Glazed Plum, Bellini Peach, and Raspberry Swirl. And honestly, they look quite similar on the lips to one another. You don't need all of these either, but I can tell the difference, I swear. But I just love how glassy, glowy, shiny these look on the lips, like very, very wet. And I love the way that these smell. I love this drop. I've worn these all the time for natural makeup days, for full beat days, because I want that gleam against the sun. These are stunning, and I just love the way they smell. Now, the one I've been using the most is Glazed Plum because it's so pretty with a brown lip liner. It smells like candy, you know? It just smells really dang good. So I love those lip oils. Also, Clarins launched a special edition of their lip oils in the shade Iconic Red. Now, this is no difference from their deeper lip oils. This is not a unique shade. So I was expecting for this, being the limited edition color that it is, to be like a full blast, full pigment, Iconic Red in that lip oil formula that I love. And it's just like sheer. It's nice. I love this formula. This is my all-time favorite lip oil formula. But the level of pigment here, it let me down. Between like the super red bottle here, the super red cap, I was ready to be full red, full pigment with this. And it's just like not very pigmented, honestly. It's sheer. So it's no different than like the raspberry or cherry that they already have. So that was kind of a letdown, but it still is that great formula, so I'm gonna still use it. And then we're actually gonna finish off the speed reviews with another new Clarins formulation, and these are quite neat. Well, one of them is. This is the Water Lip Stain collection, and honestly, I'm not the biggest water lip stain fan. There's a time and a place for them in the summer, but I don't love the colors of them on me. They all kind of look the same. They all look a little popsicle-y, which, depending on the look, could be fine. But that look I don't desire very often until from this range, I discovered the shade 13. So we have these 3, which give that classic popsicle look that I demoed. But I put this in my monthly favorites. 13 is like a Your Lips but better stain. So it's perfect for putting underneath any lip oil or lip gloss. So on days that I want a more natural lip, I stain my lips with this, put on my lip liner, put on my lip oil. And a lot of times during the day, like I just don't retouch my lips. It gets a one and done. Maybe I'll do it a second time chance, but I'm not thinking about my lip touch up much throughout the day. So this is perfect to just keep the integrity of my natural lip color. So love that. Keeps it popping. It still is a little red. So, you know, it's not super natural, but it is much more toned down than the vibrancy of these other 3 shades. I'm tired. I know you're watching this on 2 separate days, but I filmed this back to back and the demos before, and now I gotta label all of these. Oh my gosh. This is why I split this up into 2. I told you it was for my editor, but it low-key is also for me. And also so that you don't have to sit down for like 2 hours while I do this. Anyways, that is all. Those are 46 products and my final reviews on them. Again, if you missed part 1 with the base products, I'll have that link down below. And as always, I will have the products that I talked about in today's video linked in the description box for you. Also tagged if you're in the US, it should have popped up along with you. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel because I am constantly testing new products if you want consistent updates. Be sure to be following me. Check out my videos almost daily. And with that said, I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope you had a great time and that you learned about some products and that I was able to help you out and lead you to your favorite makeup products and let you know which ones to skip out on. So that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed it and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.
That's delicious.